Woodbury County's new jail did not pass its first inspection this week, likely delaying the project past its April 9th substantial completion date.
Yeah, and at a law enforcement authority meeting just today, Sheriff Chad Sheehan said the inspector provided 2 pages of corrective actions. KTV's Matt Hoffman was at the meeting this afternoon. He joins us live in studio. So Matt, when will the state inspector be back for the second round?
Yeah, sure, Jessica, that's the billion-dollar question. The sheriff said Tuesday that it would be several weeks until he could return, especially because there's only one state inspector who has to cover all of Iowa's counties. Now, Sheehan says he hopes the inspector will be back by mid-April. That's likely after the current completion date of April 9th. Sheehan says that if the inspector cannot return that early, he will be back in Sioux City on May 8th. The sheriff says the inspector provided 2 pages of corrective actions, and he doesn't want to invite the inspector back until all of the corrections are made.
Until those things are fixed, he will not be able to give us approval to open or occupy the jail. He's done. He's done and moved on to his next thing, and we'll see him hopefully in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Now, Kevin Ross, that's the project's architect, says another state inspector who handles elevators conditionally approved an elevator that isn't in full operation. Shane Albrecht, the authority's owner's rep, also addressed a water leak that occurred at the site last week. Albrecht and Ross say extra materials, including circuit breakers, were damaged and will be replaced. That cost is unknown, but officials say the damage will be paid by the contractor's insurance. Both say the leak will not delay the project's opening. And one other note, tonight, KTIV has received the Freedom of Information Act documents we requested from the authority after we made another payment. We are actively reviewing those documents, and we'll have much more for you guys soon.